Hello guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Jacira, and on this channel I post content on luxury, fashion, and overall lifestyle, and a bit of traveling. If you're new here, welcome. In this video, I'll be talking about my Hermes a la carte experience, also known as special offer experience. Last week I went to Hermes because I intended to buy a belt and a card holder. I had spoken with my SA previously and arrived at the store, asked for my SA. I was directed immediately upstairs, and while I was going headed upstairs, everyone was complimenting my son because I went with my husband and son because the store stays 1 hour away from where we live. And so, going there is an event, for us, especially with the baby. But anyways, we were directed upstairs. And as I was going upstairs, one of the essays was like, "Ooh, your bag is gorgeous." And I was like, "Yes, thank you. I bought it here." And, we left it off and we continued. We went back upstairs. While we went upstairs, we were seated and we waited on my essay, who arrived like a few minutes after with 3 boxes and great attitude as always. And she's like, "Hi, you came. Oh, let me meet your son," because she hadn't seen Oliver yet. It was her first time seeing him, and she's like, "Oh, just see that he's so beautiful." The whole shebang. She showed me the belts. First she showed me one that was slightly smaller. She brought 2 belts, a smaller one and the one that was my size. I tried the belts. She asked us if we wanted coffee or something to drink, and we both said, my husband and I both said yeah. So while you try the belt, I'm gonna go downstairs and get you guys some coffee and things like that. Comes back with coffee and cookies, and then she's like, "Okay, well, we tried the belt. You're happy with the belt. Are you looking into anything? Do you want anything else?" And I was like, "Yes, I'm looking into getting a Kelly. I really want one, a Kelly 25. And she's like, "Oh, okay. Why 25?" I was like, "No, I just wanted something that is cute that I can take from day to night and." Just something a bit more versatile. And she's like, "But are you someone that goes out a lot?" I was like, I used to go out a lot, but not anymore. She's like, "Well, what do you think about the size 28? And I was like, "Oh, I'm not sure. Maybe it will be too big." And then she's like, "Hold on. I tried the belt." Okay, she bought 3 boxes, as I mentioned earlier. She had 3 boxes with her. And on the 3rd box, there was a bag. She's like, "Oh, before we go any further, let me show you something." And I was like, "Okay, sure. Go ahead. Show me something, girl." And she opened the box, the 3rd box, and there was a Constance in a size 24, actually quite big, in black, Epsom leather, with the H in lizard. I tried on. She's like, "Okay, so how do you feel about it? Do you know the bag?" I was like, "Yes, I do. It's a Constance." And she's like, "Oh, it's really cute. It's a practical bag. It's a nice everyday bag." And I was like, "Yeah, it's cute." She let me try the bag, and I was like, it's not really what I want right now. I'm really, into the Kelly. And maybe if the Constance was a little small." And she's like, "Oh, hold on. And continue drinking your coffee. I'm going to go downstairs and I have a mini Constance that I can show you." She went downstairs. She came back with a mini Constance in green, emerald green with the H in animal. Oh my goodness, the pop of color, like just gorgeous. I'm going to pop a picture so you guys can see what I saw. Stunning, stunning, stunning bag. I almost cracked, but I was like, "Oh no, I really want the Kelly. I'm not trying to be swayed by any other bag, And she was like, "Okay, fine. Okay, I see that you have your mind set on this." And I was like, "Yes, I do. I do have my mind set on it." And she was like, "Okay, so have you seen a Kelly? Have you tried one?" I was like, "No, I've seen people with Kellys before, but I've never actually tried one." Especially on the size 28 because she was like, "Okay, I think I see a Kelly 28 with you." And I was like, I never even tried one. So do you have any in store? And she was like, "I do, but I have to tell you that this bag has been reserved for someone. I know you're gonna love it, but I have to tell you that it's reserved and I cannot sell you the bag." And I was like, "Okay, fine. I believe you and I won't push or anything like that." And she's like, "Okay, I'm gonna go get the bag." She went and came back with the box. She opened it and my eyes just like, bloop, like exploded. My mind was like melting. My brain was melting. And I was like, "Oh my gosh, this bag is so beautiful." It was a Kelly in gold with the gold hardware in size 28. She put on her gloves and she was like, okay, I'm gonna let you try it for sizing references, but don't fall in love with the bag. But it was already too late. I tried the bag on, and I had a black outfit that day. I wore all black. And so the bag fitted perfectly into my outfit, and I was like, oh my god, I'm so in love. I love the size. I love how it sits on me. She was like, do you want to try it with the strap? And I was like, no, I don't want to fall in love with somebody else's bag. So I was like, no, I'm not gonna try it with the strap. You can take it. I have to have a Kelly in this specific color. And if you watch this video right here, you probably know which color that I'm talking about. It's the Vert Criquet. I was just stuck on this color because actually it was my husband who, because I wanted a gold Kelly with gold hardware size 25. And my husband was like, that's pretty boring, go for something else, something that you really love, a color that you love. And then I mentioned this to her and she was like, well, Jacida, this Vert Criquet, it's not an easy color to come by, especially now. I cannot promise you that I will be able to give you this bag. And I was like, like you could see my spirit because I was like, oh, if the bag is so hard to get, maybe I should just settle for a Kelly in gold with gold hardware. And then she's like, okay, hold on a second, I'll be back. She disappeared. And when she comes back, she comes with this block of this box that is like a brownish burgundy red box. And I'm still very oblivious and hurt because I can't get the bag of my dreams. She's like, okay, Jacida, I have to be honest with you. The bag that you want will probably not come into the store, the color combination that you want will probably be very hard. What do you think about a special offer? Like, what do you think about a la carte? What if you get to make your own bag? And I feel like I wasn't hearing when she said that, because I was just like, nah, she in my mind, I was like, she hasn't done that. No, there's no way she asked me if there's no way she's offering me a special order like that. There's no way. And then she was like, her and my husband were like discussing, and he was like, yeah, Jacida, I think you should take it because, in the color that you want, with the hardware that you want, and the size that you want, maybe it's best to go for a la carte experience. And I was like, of course, yes, I finally took in the news, and then she opened the first drawer, and in there you could see all the leathers in all different colors and truly a rainbow. Like, there were so many colors. I was so taken aback by everything that was happening that I didn't even manage to take pictures. The very few pictures that I do have from the day were taken by my husband. And the first drawer was the leathers, but I already knew the color that I wanted. But I actually got to see everything else, and then I was like, yes, I chose the right color. The leather, and then which bag that you want, Birkin or Kelly or Constance. By now you guys know that I wanted a Kelly. She pulled the second drawer, which was reserved for the hardware, and you could see palladium, gold, stainless steel, brass gold, champagne color one, and rose gold as well. And all of those, I chose the gold, the shiny gold, because it has to be the right color. It has to be the right thing. You rewind. Before that, I had to pick if I wanted to mix colors, if I wanted a two-tone bag, if I wanted one normal color with a pop of color in the interior. I did not want to go for the two-toned one. Be me. I like uniformity. I want things to be all in one color. Cohesiveness is important to me. For that, and then I chose a different color for the interior. But I'm not gonna tell you which color it was. Choose the sizing of the strap. Yes, and she was like, okay, do you want to carry crossbody? And then we were like, nah, being full chested, it wasn't really convenient, and I don't want the strap to be, digging into my breast or rib cage. And so I went for a strap that wasn't too long, that hit me right on my hip. For the stitching, the color of the stitching. And she was like, no, that we're gonna let the artisan pick if you don't mind. And I was like, okay. I was just in shock. If I wanted the stamp, once I got the bag, if there was where I would put my special touch to it, if you could put a heart, you could put, different things, they have like a little section of little designs that you can put in the bag. And I told her, we can do that later once the bag arrives with my initials if I want it as well. That would be a after sales process. My husband also asked her in the a la carte experience if the price changes, and she's like, no, the price doesn't change at all. It's exactly the same price as a normal Kelly, and he was pleased. He was happy to hear that. Oh yeah, the time, the duration. And I was like, okay, so how long do you think I could wait for the bag? And she's like, and I was like, yeah, does Christmas sound reasonable? And she laughed, like she straight up laughed at me. She's like, oh my goodness, you're so crazy. I was like, yeah, I mean, it's 3 months from now. And she's like, well, I think it will be more for your birthday next June. And I was like, oh my gosh, I remembered my birthday. But in the same token, I was like, okay, fine, I can wait. I mean, I'm patient. I don't know if I'm forgetting anything, but if I am, please go down in the comments and let me know what you'd like to know. I still cannot believe that this happened to me, because you hear so many stories that you have to spend a lot on Hermes, and I don't think it has been the case for me. I haven't spent more, I only bought things, firstly, I only bought things that I wanted to buy from there, and two, from the beginning, I established a really good relationship with my SA, and I always ask for her advice on things, because I'm not a connoisseur of the brand, I'm learning about it every day. I think that the things are coming to me because there is real interest, there's real connection in between my SA and I. And it's very important to establish a relationship with your SA from the get-go, like it goes from there. And at the end, when I went to pay for the things for the belt and the card holder, going downstairs, there was a Korean couple, and I know they're Korean because I lived in Korea, and she was like trying to buy the whole store basically, and he was just sitting there just taking it all in. And my SA was like, oh, look at her bag, she has a Constance wallet in the vert criquet with the gold, exactly what you want. I was like, oh my god, yes. I didn't go up to the girl because she was enjoying her experience, and I was, kind of going crazy because of what happened to me. And my SA at the end was like, okay, Jacida, I'm gonna give you a call to see if my manager approves or not, but it should be okay. And I left the store levitating. I couldn't believe it was happening. It happened to me, And what my husband was saying is like, okay, Jacida, she wouldn't go as far as showing you everything and say, oh, my manager won't approve or doesn't approve, They've seen your face in the store. They know that you've been shopping with this girl forever, and you guys have so I don't know. That's him. That's his perspective on the whole debacle. I almost had a stroke in there. I was offered 2 Constances, and that blew my mind. And I actually wanted to get the green mini Constance because it was just too gorgeous. But I'm glad that I stuck into going for what I really wanted. And she could really see in my face, like, this girl will not give up. I know what I want, this is who I am, and this is how I am, how I handle business. And yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I'm really appreciative of all of you. Please subscribe, as it really does help my channel grow. And let's wait. Thank you so much for watching, and I see you in the next video. Goodbye.